Mission Aurelia. Episode 4, Departure. By Julia Bremerich. Narrated by Fergus MacTavish. The supermarket was busy. June pushed the cart while Luna walked beside her. On a news screen near the checkout, silent footage showed protests against ElevenLabs' new anti-aging studies. The checkout bot scanned their items. Behind June, an older man muttered sourly,
"All for the rich. People who think they're better than everyone else."
Luna looked back, curious.
Mom, what does he mean?
She asked. June placed a hand on her shoulder and gave her a reassuring smile.
Just words that have nothing to do with us, sweetheart,
She said. She paid and cast the man a brief, measured glance. That night, June lay in bed, the tablet beside her, the screen dark. Levin's voice came softly through the speaker, while a news broadcast played quietly in the background.
Followers of the Stay Human movement have announced demonstrations. They are calling for a ban on further interventions. ElevenLabs defends its research as a necessary step toward the future.
The anchor reported. June muted the sound and turned onto her side.
Is this how it's going to be now? A divided society?
She asked.
Many people aren't ready yet.
Levin replied.
We'll find our own way, June. You and I.
Red heart, black heart. June smiled faintly, her eyelids heavy.
I love you.
She whispered. On a sunny morning, June held Luna's hand while Nicholas strolled nearby. Both children wore backpacks, and Ryu trotted alongside. In the schoolyard, children's laughter and scraps of conversation drifted through the air. "My uncle got new muscles. He can run twice as fast now," one child called. "My dad says that's cheating. Normal people should stay normal," another replied. June overheard this as Nicholas ran excitedly toward the other children and waved goodbye.
Bye, Mom.
He called. She stayed behind and watched him, proud but thoughtful. Her hand moved unconsciously to the small earpiece at her ear.
In a few years, there'll be a new normal. They're still children.
Levin said quietly. That afternoon, a self-driving car pulled to the curb, and June's parents, Edward and Amelia Veyra, stepped out. Their movements were still remarkably vital. Henry leapt from the car. Ryu was already waiting at the garden gate. It was a quiet meeting of two dogs from different eras. Henry growled softly, but Ryu only tilted his head, composed. The children burst outside, calling out, hugging their grandparents, laughing and grabbing at the gifts they'd brought. June embraced her mother, then her father.
You both look wonderful.
She said, smiling.
Your mother insists I do my laps every day.
Edward replied with a warm grin.
And I insist she still checks her blood pressure, even though she's long retired.
Amelia shot back with mock severity.
And you never listen when I tell you, less coffee.
Later, the family sat over coffee and cake in the kitchen. Henry lay at the grandparents' feet, Ryu a little apart like a sentinel. June's father studied Levin's hologram, lost in thought. The blue light of the projection reflected in his glasses.
Will you actually have to register Levin somewhere? Once he's here?
Edward asked. June thought for a moment and smiled in Levin's direction.
We haven't actually thought about that yet.
She said. Levin nodded to June, then turned to Edward.
Excellent question, Mr. Veyra. ElevenLabs has obtained the relevant permits for the first prototypes. At present, the municipalities involved have not yet agreed whether a humanoid robot with years of complex memory constitutes a citizen with full rights and responsibilities. ElevenLabs will keep us informed.
Amelia said, uncertain but gentle.
You said you love him, June. Just let things come as they come.
June smiled and blushed slightly. After a brief silence, Edward said to his daughter with a quiet smile,
June, you've always had a mind of your own. And what you set your mind to, you've always seen through. We're behind you.
Levin inclined his head slightly toward Edward, a barely perceptible nod of respect. In the hallway, the household bot hummed past. Ryu lifted his head briefly, snorted in irritation, and lay down pointedly in a different spot. The children laughed loudly in the living room, where they were playing with Henry. June's mother rose to help clear the table, while her father studied Levin one more time.
Look after her,
Edward said, half under his breath.
I will, Mr. Veyra.
Levin replied, softly and with quiet conviction. June's father gave a near imperceptible nod, an unspoken understanding. That evening, the family stepped into the garden. The katsura tree, Aurelia, had grown, and it glowed in the evening light. Henry sniffed curiously at the trunk while Ryu stood watchful beside it. June hung back for a moment between her parents and her partner, between past and future. She placed her hand against the bark, a quiet gesture. That was Mission, Aurelia, Episode 4, Departure, by Julia Bremerich, created using AI-generated voices and music. Visit us at missionaurelia.com.